Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is John Green, and in this video, I'll be doing a review slash comparison that I'm actually really excited about. And that is a comparison between the OBSBOT Tail Air and the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which will actually bring this to my 4-month review for the Osmo Pocket 3 as well. Purchased it back in the end of October and did an initial first impressions of it, and as you can see, it's clearly stuck around, which ended up actually replacing my Canon M50, a full-fledged mirrorless camera. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Both of these devices have some really strong advantages as opposed to the other. In the case of the OBSBOT Tail Air, in my opinion, it has some features that I really wish DJI had baked into the Osmo Pocket 3. But in retrospect, looking back, I understand what more so the market that DJI was positioning the Osmo Pocket 3 for. So the first comparison that I'll make between these two is build quality. Which one do I feel like is built more sturdy, more premium? And I'd have to say I give this to DJI. Their device is made with a firmer plastic, which is really nice. It really gives you a bit of comfort knowing that if it drops, it can really take a beating. Whereas the OBSBOT, while it's not the cheapest plastic out there, it is a plastic that less desirable in my opinion. So in that category, I give the point to the Osmo Pocket 3. The next category I'd say is gimbal stabilization. What makes both of these devices unique is they have a gimbal that allows you the capability of automatically, holding the camera in a certain position, whether that's moving it left, right, up, down. The point for this one again goes to the DJI Osmo Pocket, as it has a 3-axis gimbal compared to the OBSBOT Tail Air, which has a 2-axis gimbal. The next category is portability. Which one of these devices is most desirable to take from one location to another? In my opinion, again, I'd give the point to the Osmo Pocket 3. This device is so portable that I've used it in my setup in various positions, whether it's just sitting on a regular tripod or standing on top of my PC. I've used it as an overhead camera because it doesn't weigh that much in my opinion, so that's pretty nice. It's just more sleeker of a device. It's easy to throw this in, say, a coat pocket and forget about it, pull it out when you need it. Whereas with the OBSBOT Tail Air, you do have this hard shell carrying case that they include for it, which I do think is nice. So you could definitely put it in a suitcase or something, but just to take it with you out and about, it's not the most concealable item, to say the least. Next up is storage capability, and they tie for this category, so that's 1 point for both. That's, how can you record on these devices? You can use both these as standalone devices by inserting a micro SD card, which is awesome because you can store it directly to the device and transfer it to your computer or whatnot later. And you both give you the capability of transferring those images directly to your computer via USB-C cable. So you can also use both of these as a webcam, which is pretty nice. The next category is port capacity, and the clear winner for this one would be the OBSBOT Tail Air. It definitely beats the Osmo Pocket 3 in this category with just the options that you have with it. It's really nice how they thought about doing this. You have a mini HDMI jack that allows you to connect this webcam directly to a monitor to give you a clean feed as to what it is you're capturing. You have a USB-C port, which they also include in the box, a USB splitter, so that turns that one USB-C port into 2. One's used for data and the other one's used for charging the device, so you can do that simultaneously. And you also get a 3.5mm headphone jack on the OBSBOT, so you could essentially connect up a lavalier microphone, you could connect, say, a shotgun microphone, or even a DJI wireless microphone kit that would allow you to get the same functionality as the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 with having its built-in transceiver. While the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 only has a USB-C port that can be used for charging, transferring photos, or enabling the device to act as a webcam, I will say that it does have a built-in transceiver. And if you get the creator combo, you get the wireless microphone, which allows you to, step away from the camera up to a certain degree as long as you're within its line of sight, allowing you to be able to use a really nice quality microphone with that device. Another thing that I like about the OBSBOT Tail Air is the colors look damn good out of the box. It's just really nice colors in my opinion. The only gripe that I have is I wish this device had a bigger sensor. It currently has a 1/1.8, if I'm recalling that correctly, for its sensor size, whereas the Osmo Pocket 3 has a 1/1.2 sensor, making it a bit sharper, letting in more light and being able to capture more detail. I definitely wish they threw in a bigger sensor because in my opinion, even when I'm at like this distance from the camera, in the background, I see a ton of noise, which I find unsatisfactory or whatnot. So that's why I gave the quality point over to the Osmo Pocket 3. Hopefully they create a Tail Air Pro that has a better sensor, still keeps the same color because the color science on this device is really nice. And one of the best that I've tested so far from the webcams that I've used. The last comparison that I'll make between these two, in which they share similar features, is the app on your phone that you can use to control either of these devices. Me personally, after using both, I just found myself not liking the OBSBOT Tail Air app. Well, for one, I thought it was a bit difficult to set up and it took me watching some reviews to actually get a good feel for it. But in my opinion, I just found the Osmo Pocket 3 Mimo app just to be so much more simplistic and easy to do exactly what I wanted to do, monitor it or track an object. I felt like that was built a bit more simplistically. So right now I'm testing the auto tracking capabilities of both the OBSBOT Tail Air and the Osmo Pocket 3. I know which one you think does the better job. All right, and this is what I'd say the bonus section would be between this two comparison is, the features in which one of these devices can do that the other device can't, and vice versa. With the OBSBOT Tail Air, you have the option of purchasing it with a remote, which is all new to me because I've never controlled a webcam with a remote. This is pretty freaking cool. I have full control. I can track myself if I wanted to. I can set preset positions. I can even take pictures. I can zoom in, zoom out. It's just really freaking easy, all with the click of a button. And to give you an example of what that looks like, if I do this, for instance, if I click, say, P1, I can have this camera turn around and face me, and that's freaking awesome. Like, that easy, and it gives me one of those old school projector vibes, essentially. But as you can see, the camera looks really good. So that's one of the best features that I really like about the OBSBOT Tail Air. Jumping back over to the Osmo Pocket 3, one of the bonus features that I would say I really like about this device that the OBSBOT doesn't have is that the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has the ability to allow you to record in what's called D-Log, which means if you're recording directly to this device and you choose the D-Log profile, you have the option to not bake in the colors to your image, which gives you a lot more flexibility when it comes to editing the image or video output that you capture on this device later within your editing software. So I really love that about the Osmo Pocket 3. The one gripe that I do have about this is that in its webcam mode, when you're using it to stream or something, you are limited currently to 1080p at 60 frames per second, and you don't have any control over the color. You just get what you get. when it comes to using this as a streaming device as opposed to when you're using it out and about on the go. So overall, in a large vast majority of the features, I'd have to say the winner would go to the Osmo Pocket 3. But really, in my opinion, these devices target really two different type of people. Like, it really comes down to how you intend to utilize this camera. Do you intend to use this out in the go capturing scenery, or just more so using this as a stabilized action camera that can capture some really good B-roll or so forth? Or is your primary or motivating factor of purchasing this device to utilize it in a studio setup? The Osmo Pocket 3 is definitely geared towards using it in a circumstance where you're out and about on the go, whether you're vlogging or doing whatnot, and even utilizing some of those other features that are baked into it, like time lapses and, you know, capturing those really nice features. That's what I'd say the Osmo Pocket 3 is designed towards. Whereas the OBSBOT Tail Air, it really comes into being an overkill webcam that you can implement in your studio setup. And before I forget, because I know there's going to be someone that says, how did you forget blah 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 blah, another really cool feature with the OBSBOT Tail Air is the fact that you can use gesture control to essentially put your hand up and you see that green light, it'll pay attention and it'll blink to register that it's captured your gesture, and that can automatically start it to track you. You can put your hand back up and that'll stop it from tracking you. Pretty awesome aspect right there. But yeah, if your main goal is to utilize either of these devices in, say, a studio setup, I definitely urge you to go towards or lean towards the OBS Tail Air. If your goal is to utilize this as a pretty awesome B camera that gives you a lot of flexibility, is just really portable, then I definitely suggest the Osmo Pocket 3. But that essentially rounds out this video. I hope you found this comparison helpful between deciding between either of these two devices. If you are curious in checking either of these out, I will have a link in the description where you can use to check out either of these. They are affiliate links, so if you do purchase using the link, a portion comes to the channel at no additional cost to you, and that's just what helps keep me pumping out these reviews. But as always, folks, thanks for viewing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.